And we welcome you to the chat room at Tyrant Studios.
Coming to you high above the legendary penthouse in downtown Vancouver.
Here we are.
My name is Joe Leary, along with Hall of Famer Danny Filipponi, proprietor of the Penthouse
Thank you very
nightclub,
much.
and noted historian and well-selling author Aaron Chapman.
Very kind of you to say.
Wearing
yes,
your
sir.
own political candidacy, I
Yes,
see.
I hopefully be a candidate for city council. Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
More on that later.
Want to thank our sponsors, West Coast Dream Machines, pre-owned luxury vehicles on Clyde Avenue in West Van, Neighbors Restaurant and Pizza House, 35th and Victoria Drive. We have Canadian Club and Ginger Ale. Meet your new tall one, now with cranberry-flavored soda. Resurrection Spirits, making fine gin and whiskey.
Joe's had one already.
On Franklin Street in East Van.
So good.
North Point Brewing in North Van. And we welcome a new sponsor, The Barn.
Oh, yeah.
In Guildford, where the Fraser Valley goes for country. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello once again to Jonathan Simkin, the president of 604 Records.
Yes. 604.
Hi.
Star of the podcast Everybody Hates Simkin.
I hate Simkin.
I hate Simkin. Well, and who hates you? Everybody?
Everybody. Including me.
How long is it you had the podcast going for now?
Well, I've had a few. I mean, I had one with Dallas Smith,
Yep.
speaking
Yeah.
of country.
And a Canucks one, too, didn't you?
That was with Dallas, yeah. Sticks and Stones.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going to do one this year, too, I think. But I Hate Simkin's been about 10 months.
Yeah.
It's doing well.
It's great. Yeah. What a great title.
And
Only you.
you're still a flag-waving Canuck holder. How do you feel this season?
I'm glad that they finally seem to have accepted that you can't do a half measure when it comes to a rebuild, that you really have to build it from the bottom up. So it's sad.
And they are at the bottom.
They are literally at the bottom.
Literally at the bottom.
And it's funny, now I'm looking at the scores every night like I did when we were challenging, but it's the opposite. Oh, shit. Yes, St. Louis won. We're further behind. Yes. But I still go to every game, and I mean, I love it. I mean, I love the game. I just love the sport, and it's a stress reliever for me, and I still love going.
Yeah.
What's new, John, in the 604 music world? Last time I think you were on the show, we were talking about you were going to do something about promoting. Was it new bands or bands you were forming some sort of...
Some of the 90s acts.
90 acts, that's right.
Oh, well, that's decades. I get restless, Like, I love what I do, but, like, I get pretty restless, and so I always get a new idea, and then I start a new part of the company, which makes my wife crazy. I think she's like, don't you want to sell this thing? Why do you keep starting new divisions? But the newest divisions of the company, that's one of them, Decades, where we're celebrating bands from the 90s and early 2000s that maybe never got an opportunity. We have a new release coming out really soon, 604 Funny Cars. Do you remember that band, Aaron?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
They were a punk band from Victoria, but they were interesting. They're kind of an arty...
I only saw them once over here, maybe. I can't remember. I didn't see them over there. I think I saw them here.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah.
So they were, because they were like, grew up with bands like Go for Three, and like they were sort of part of that scene.
Yeah, Go for Three.
So that one's coming out soon. Joseph, who runs that division, is going to kill me for not having the date, but it's soon. We have we're doing a lot with our ambient label. I started an ambient label during the pandemic called Intraset, and that's starting to do really well. We've got a couple of brand partnerships going. One with Yogi Tea, one with can't really say the other one because it's a cannabis company, and you're not really supposed to say that. So
Yeah, well, there we go.
But and we're doing yoga events at our facility, which are great. We put out a comedy special this week.
Wow, you're busy.
Kelsey Hamilton, which is doing great. I'm really excited about that.
The comedy show was just in Vancouver here last week.
Just for Less.
Yeah, Aaron, you were involved in that.
I was involved. Yeah, I was on stage with Phil Rosenthal at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, JFL's kind of like the Darth Vader of the comedy world in Canada.
Oh,
but
no, they're good guys. Come on.
Jonathan,
they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it comes to signing an act, do you...
Spoken like a politician.
Yeah,
Doesn't want to piss off.
I'm going to support anything in Vancouver, man. Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. When you sign an act, is that an individual decision? Is it a group think? Do you have to like the act to sign them?
No. I mean, it's changed. When the company was 3 people, and I was intimately involved in kind of every single thing that happened, then it was a little more important that I have never myself signed a band I didn't personally like that I'm going to be working. But I have staff come to me sometimes, and it might be something I don't get. But I'm old. I'm an old guy now, and I have young staff, and I respect what they have to say about things. And we'll sign stuff sometimes that I might personally go, I don't get it.
But you have to see the value in it. You may not get it, but if you see the value in it.
I have to. We are running a business. I can't just sign something because I think the art's good.
Right.
So yes, I have to feel. I mean, the thing is, I don't have to make $1 million in every single thing we put out. Doesn't have to be "Call Me Maybe." It would be nice if it was, but everything doesn't have to be "Call Me Maybe."
Did you know that Jonathan was involved in the band Len and the hit "Steal My Sunshine"?
I did
which
not.
is one of the best one-hit wonders around, I would say.
Yeah, that was probably my first act that blew up all over the world. That was crazy. What a crazy... That was the third most played song on radio in the world in '98.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
And I'm assuming. Sorry, Joe. Of course, Nickelback is still touring right now. I mean, I think last time we were here, they were releasing a documentary on Nickelback. Was that right?
That came out. It was top 10 on Netflix
Yeah,
for
it was good.
a
It was
long
a very good
time.
one. Yeah.
I've lost about 50 pounds since that was filmed. So every time I see it, I'm like, oh, great, there's me.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't
yeah,
say it.
right.
Yeah.
But Nickelback are making a record right now. I heard a couple songs last night. When Chad gets excited, he'll call me and
Listen to this, John.
yeah, literally, we'll play it on the phone.
That's great.
And it sounds great. And we're just closing a deal for them right now.
Super.
And yes, they will be spending all of 2027 on the road,
Really good.
like touring everywhere.
And I think maybe it would be great to have Chad finally to come on the show, Joe.
Chad won't do press.
Yeah. Jeez.
He's done with press. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He won't even do your podcast.
He won't do my fucking. Sorry.
beep.
Sorry. He won't do my podcast.
You know, there you go.
And I mean, the thing is, he owns it with me. He owns that podcast network with me. And
It
he,
makes me feel better now.
but Mike came on. His brother was the very first guest.
There you go.
Right.
Because I Hate Simkin comes from a T-shirt that he used to wear at the MMVAs. Remember the Match Music Video Awards? And that was the biggest deal. It was even bigger than the Junos in a way.
Yeah.
Like, that was where you wanted to be seen. And Nickelback played it, I think, 6 years in a row. And every time, Mike Kruger wore a T-shirt that said, I hate Simkin.
So funny.
But you do have some haters out there, legitimate
Of course.
haters, yeah. And is there music business people? Is that because you're?
I'd
quite
say I'm a bit of a
outspoken.
polarizing figure.
You're quite outspoken, yeah.
I'm very outspoken, and like, you know, I wrote an article for Billboard. Did you read that last
did,
year?
yeah.
And man, did that ever cause what's the word? A kerfuffle. How's that for a word?
And just to be clear, that everyone, you know, we got a good crowd here today. John and I go back a long way. John and I were elementary school friends. I mean, John and I would walk to school together, and after school, go toss the football around and hang on the weekend. So I've known you since you were, and you know what? You really haven't changed, for Christ's sake, right?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I met him like a week ago. I have no.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's true. That's very true. We were friends. Well, I was a troublemaker as a kid. I was a juvenile delinquent, and I got kicked out of 3 elementary schools.
Sure.
Which now I say that with some pride. At the time, it was a little embarrassing. Now it's like, you know. But I ended up at Osler. I got kicked out of Annie B. Jameson.
Yeah.
Ended up for a vandalism act, which
Yeah.
don't ask. And I ended up at Osler, and Danny and I became very close very quickly.
Yeah.
Were you a
Grade
juvenile
6.
delinquent
Now,
as well?
what was he like in those years? That's
boy.
what I want to know.
Very popular.
What was Danny?
Danny was the popular guy. He was the guy everybody wanted to be friends with. He was a really good athlete and funny guy. And
And it's great that all these years, John, we've still remained friends. It's great.
Well, a lot of us have. I mean, our friend group from back then all still know each other, which is pretty rare, I think.
It's very rare. And like I said, we all keep together. We have a chat between 10 of us, and we're all on it, and we all still talk. So.
Yeah. So, no, it's amazing, to be honest. Yeah, love it.
So the famous Canuck curse when it comes to draft picks. Do we get first overall this year? What do you think?
Come on.
The funny thing is, after watching the World Juniors, I almost wanted that Swedish kid more than I wanted Gavin McKenna. And then McKenna gets arrested for that bar fight. I got to be honest, I know this is probably not a popular sentiment. It kind of made me like him more. I kind of went, man, some guy put down his mom and
Defending
he
his
punched
mom.
him in the face.
Yeah,
I'm like,
defending his mom. I
It's
like
like, man, if he'll defend his mom like that, maybe we'll actually finally get a player who will defend their teammates a little bit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Jonathan Simkin, the president of 604. Always a pleasure. Thank you for accommodating us, and we look forward to
Yeah, thanks
seeing
for
you
having
again
me.
soon.
That was fun.
Okay, cheers.
What a good
Thanks,
time.
Thanks, John.